Dear students, both of first BA and first B.Sc, we shall be dealing with a part of grammar that you have for study this year, that is articles. I think you are familiar with articles, but let me brush through once again and remind you of what you have studied in the PU or in your high school classes. So I'm Shanthi Roche, your English teacher, and as I've already told you, let's get back to our study of articles. First of all, there are 3 articles. One is a, and the third is the. So 3 articles, a, and the. And these 3 are again divided into 2 types. Articles are of 2 types, the definite article and the indefinite article. Clear? Now, going to the second slide, I will give you a definition of what an definite article is. So, the is called the definite article. A and an are called indefinite articles. The is the definite article. A and an are indefinite articles. A and an are called indefinite articles because they are not used to specify a particular person or a thing. They are called indefinite because they do not specify. For example, I saw a beggar on the road. Another one, he said he would have an orange. Now, we use a before a consonant sound, before a word beginning with a consonant sound. For example, a boy, a horse, a human being, a yard, a young man, a year, a university. These are all consonantal sounds. Now, a is used before words beginning with a vowel sound. Now, you have to differentiate here between a vowel and a vowel sound. A, E, I, O and U. We have 5 vowels, A, E, I, O and U. But there are words which begin with the letter A, E, I, O, U. But they are not words which begin with vowel sound. So you have to listen very carefully to the sound that the word makes. For example, here, this is very clear cut. An armchair, an armchair. You hear the sound A. An umbrella. Now here, though it begins with the the letter U, the sound that you hear is A. An umbrella. An American. An I. Again you hear the I sound. An idiot. So I is pronounced as E. You say idiot. So the words beginning, or when you hear the vowel sound, they take the article an. Another thing we have to be very clear, a and an means one when you are referring to a singular object. Singular. A means one, an means one. Now, another thing we have to pay attention to is that the words beginning with a silent H, they take the article an. For example, an hour. H is silent here. So what is the sound that you hear? You hear the A sound. An hour. An honor. It is an honor to me. Honor. H is silent. You can hear the sound O. Honor. Next. Look at the next example. An heir. H-E-I-R. But we say an heir. An honest man. Honest. You don't pronounce H there. H is silent. So you say honest. Honest man. An honest man. Same. An honorable person. Honorable. Honest. Okay. So what happens here? When the H is silent, you hear the vowel sound when you pronounce the word, and such words take the article an. Next, as I've already told you, a and an can be used only with singular countable nouns. Nouns are of two kinds, countable and uncountable. Singular and plural. So when you use the article a or an, it refers to a singular countable noun. Okay, singular countable noun. Now, for example, an elephant. Elephant is singular. You can count here. When you say an elephant, we all understand that we are talking about one elephant. Next, you have the example here. A car. A car. Again, singular. A teacher. A European tour. A European. I want to draw your attention particularly to this word or noun, European. Now, what can you see there? It begins with the letter E. And that is why students commonly make the mistake of saying or writing an European. But it is not, E is not pronounced. E and U together, you can hear the ear sound, European. And that is why we don't say an European, you say a European. And our, H is silent. We have already touched upon that. So you know very clearly that since H is silent here, it takes the article an. A university. Again, though it begins with U, which is a vowel, A-E-I-O-U, the sound that you hear is not a vowel sound. You hear university, uniform, utensil. All these they take the article A because uncle takes the article an. But though it begins with U, you hear the sound a, uncle. A, uncle, when you say uncle. Though it begins with the letter U, the pronunciation there is a, uncle. And that is why he is an uncle of mine. Okay, so you have to be very careful when you listen to the word. So the pronunciation, the sound that you hear tells us whether you have to use the article a or an. It is not the spelling, it is not the first letter, it is the sound. I hope I am clear. Now, use of articles in uncountable nouns. As I told you, nouns are singular and plural. A or an is used before singular. Nouns, again, no article is used before uncountable nouns. Now, what are uncountable nouns? So, you cannot say, here you have words like these: water, sugar, knowledge, love, advice, etc. Now, these cannot be counted on a scale. You can't say, give me one water, give me a water, give me a glass of water. Okay? Could I have a cup of water? A kg of sugar. So then it can be counted when you say 1 kg sugar. Give me a kg of sugar. Means 1 kg. So, but you can't count sugar. Grains of sugar. That is why sugar, these are all uncountable nouns. Knowledge, you cannot see, you cannot say, it doesn't have a plural. Knowledge, knowledges, no. Love, loves, no. So these are all abstract nouns, and they are uncountable nouns which you cannot say 1 love, 2 love, or 1 advice, 1 sugar, 1 water. So when you are presented with uncountable nouns, it doesn't take an article. Now, going to the next slide. A and an is often used when we talk about something for the first time, and the when we talk about the same or person or thing once again. A or an is used when you talk about a thing or a person for the first time. But when you refer to the same thing or the same person, then for the second time, then you take the article, you make use of the article the. For example, a man walked up to a policeman. A man walked up to a policeman. Some man, you're not sure who is. So one man walked up to one policeman. You're not sure. But when you refer to the same man once again in the next sentence, he becomes the man. Why? You are sure that you are referring to the same person in the first sentence. The man took out a map and asked the policeman for help. Which policeman? The one whom he had approached in the beginning. So for the first time, you say a man, a policeman. But in the next sentence, you know that the same man is approaching that same policeman, and that is why both the man becomes the man, the policeman also the policeman takes the article the, because you are sure that you are referring to the same policeman in the first sentence. Let's look at another example. I saw a beggar, one beggar, someone. I saw a beggar near the bus stop. The beggar came to me with outstretched hands. Now, first time you are saying, I saw a beggar. But when you refer to the same beggar in the next part of the sentence, then you say the beggar, because you are sure which one? The same beggar who was near the bus stop. Is it clear? So first time you say, I saw a beggar. But when you are referring to the same beggar, then you say, the beggar came to me with the outstretched hands. Next, we will go to the definite article. The is used to refer to a particular person or thing. Particular. Definite article the is used to refer to a particular person or thing. Particular. When you are sure, when you are definite. The people in that house are funny. Why can't you say a people? Now you're not referring to some person in general. The people, which the people in that house, in that particular house. So you know you are referring to the people in that particular house, and that is why they are definite, you are sure, and that is why you say the people in that house are funny. The music is too loud. The music which you can hear, which you cannot tolerate. You are referring to a certain sound. You are sure which sound. That music which is very loud. And that is why you say the music is too loud. Could you pass the sugar? Why the sugar now? Because you are asking for a particular thing. Maybe you're sitting at a table and there is a pot of sugar there, a small pot of salt and so on. So you want something particular, and that is why you ask, could you pass the sugar, please? Next, I like the red coat. Why the? Again, particular color. I like the red coat. You are referring to a particular. There may be many coats there of different colors, but you like the red one, a particular one. Is it clear? Now, the use of the. The is also used to talk about a person or thing known to the listener. She has a 9-year-old son. The boy wants to be a doctor. This is the watch my sister gave me for my birthday. This is the watch my sister gave me for my birthday. So you're referring to, or you're talking about a person or thing that the listener already knows. He has seen the watch. You're wearing the watch. So you're talking about the particular watch which was given to you by your sister. So use of the with unique things. What do I mean by unique? Things which are one of its kind. For example, the is used when we speak of things which are one of its kind. For example, the sun, because there is no other sun, there is only one sun, and that is why it is unique. The sun, the moon, the sky, the earth, the world. Okay, one of its kind. Everyone knows that the sun rises in the east. Everyone knows that the sun, but only one of its kind. He has traveled all over the world. Only one world, the world. It is also used to refer to nature and environment. I went to the countryside. He climbed the mountains, the seaside, the beach, etc. So he enjoys the countryside. He loves the weather in Ooty. The weather, one of its kind. The countryside, environment, weather, environment. Okay. So when you're talking about nature, when you're talking about the environment, you can use the article the. Next, article the is used to represent a class, a whole class. When a singular noun is meant to represent a whole class, the dog is a useful animal. So you are referring to a class, a group, okay? But you are giving one example. The dog is a useful animal. The dog here represents a whole class. The rose is the sweetest of all flowers. The rose. It refers to all roses. The whole class. All roses smell sweet. And that is why you're taking a singular noun, but you didn't say a rose is sweetest. But you use the definite article. The rose is the sweetest of all flowers. When the is used before the name of rivers, group of islands, mountain ranges, etc. So you have the names of rivers, famous rivers, the Amazon, the Mississippi, the Ganga, okay? And an exception to this rule is mountain ranges, the Himalayas. For example, it is a mountain range, and that is why you say the Himalayas. But when you refer to single peaks, then you say Mount Everest. Okay? You don't say the Mount Everest, but the Himalayas, but Mount Everest. This is an exception, that it is not used before the names of individual peaks or mountains, only mountain ranges. You use the in time expressions. For example, in the morning, the afternoon, the day before yesterday, the day after tomorrow, the summer, the winter, the rainy season, and so on. Example, my friend bought a new car the day before yesterday. Children hate getting up early in the morning. Talking about the 18th century. But you can't say noon. It is in the afternoon, but you can't say noon, the noon, night, the yesterday, the today is wrong. So you just say at night. I met him yesterday, or today, tomorrow, and so on. Again, for specific days, months, years, like Monday, Tuesday, you don't say the Monday, the Tuesday, no. The January, no. Okay? So, those do not take any articles, months, names of months, names of the days of the week. They don't take the article the. Next, we use the before the nouns of musical instruments. He plays the guitar, the piano. Is the piano easy to learn? Hades plays the guitar. To generalize or to talk about people or things in general, the small business owner faces more competition than ever before. The blue whale is the largest animal in the planet. Okay? So, when you talk about people or things in general, the small businessman. Article is not used in the following. We do not use articles before proper nouns. What are proper nouns? Names of places, people, persons, For example, Delhi is the capital of India. You don't say the Delhi. Tagore, you don't say the Tagore. Tagore was a great poet. Before abstract nouns, that is wisdom, knowledge. Wisdom is better than riches. Common sense is a great virtue. You don't say the common sense or the wisdom, the knowledge. All this is wrong. Okay. So in front of abstract nouns, before abstract nouns, you do not use the article the. Articles are not used before material nouns. This pillar is made of concrete. There are vessels made of gold and silver in the temple. Common noun. Man is mortal. You don't say the man is mortal. Man is mortal. Science tries to discover the laws of nature. Articles are not used before certain verbal phrases. For example, the ship set sail for Australia. Don't take offense so easily. Before prepositional phrases, example, we can travel by road. We shall start at day break. So, I have given you a brief idea about articles a, an, and the. Okay, when to use and when not to use articles. A and an are indefinite articles. The is the definite article. This is what you have to bear in mind. A and an refer to singular, countable nouns. An is used before vowel sounds. A is used before words beginning with consonantal sounds. Okay. So, I think this briefly explains a few things that you need to know about articles. So, thank you, students. Maybe in the next class, I will give you some exercises on articles. Thank you.